Hello, so we have seen about predecessors and successors in previous video. So now in this video we are going to see about leads and lags. What exactly are leads and what exactly are lags? How can we define it? So for this you have to understand that I have an activity in which I have to paint a wall, and for that I have to draw artwork. First activity is purchase, second activity paint on wall, and third activity is artwork on wall. So this activity is for 7 days, this activity is for 4 days, and this activity is for 3 days. So now I have to update these activities here. So you have to update this for schedule. So I had said that this activity is for 7 days. So here I took this and I divided in 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is my first activity of 7 days. So when did this purchase spent activity end? Suppose I am starting this work at 1st January, so it will end at 7th January. Suppose it gets finished before 1 day means on 6th January, and I want to start next activity on 6th January, which has 4 days time period. So I started my next activity from 6th January. I got 1 day gap, so this gap is my lead. It will update there as negative symbol. It will get automatically minus from actual duration. This is called lead. Second option is lag. I am starting my next activity leaving 3 days gap. In that, my next activity was artwork on wall. So I am starting this activity leaving 3 days gap. So its duration was 3 days. So the gap in the middle, what will we call it? We call it lag. This is your lag which is mentioned in your schedule with positive symbol. So we call it lag. So this is your lead and lag. You must have understood both. If you consider any activity before the previous activity means it is starting before the end, then this is lead. And second, that it is starting from delay of 2 to 3 days. So what we will call it is called lag, which is applied positively in this. In this video, we will see estimate activity duration. Means how much time it will take for every activity. So how can they calculate us? So there are different methods to calculate activity duration. So there are 3 methods in front of you. First is bottom-up estimation, second is analogous estimation, and third is your parametric judgmentalization. So what is the difference between these 3? First of all, whenever we check in bottom-up estimation, this is more time consuming and more accurate method to estimate the duration, and cost means you can take more time in this method, because in this method we do every source how much time will be required for it, how much time is available for one resource, the time it will take to perform the activity. So after considering all these things, we will individually calculate the duration of the project or specific activity. So if you calculate the duration of each and every activity or resources, then it is a time-taking process because you have to calculate each and every activity. So this process is not easy. It is time-consuming, but it is accurate method. Second is analog estimation, which we also call top-down estimation. This is based on the actual duration of earlier activities in the previous similar project. The activity is the same, but there might be a slight difference in duration because it depends on how much work was involved in the previous project compared to this one. In the analog estimating method, we calculate the duration based on a similar activity from a previous project. By comparing the time taken in the past, we estimate the time required here. Last is the parametric judgment method. So this is a quantitative based method. What is quantitative based method? That I have a room of 10 by 10. I have a 10 by 10 room and I have to fix tiles in it. I have to calculate the area of tiles in this room. First of all, you have to find the area of tiles. For one tile, how much time it will take. So multiply it by the total area you apply after multiplying it. So the duration calculated after multiplying is called as parametric judgment. Because we calculate it, apply it on big activities, so you can know how much duration it will take. So this is a parametric judgmental method most of the time. The method used is bottom-up estimation method. We will see how to estimate activity resources. So how can we define activity resources or estimate them? So first of all, we will see what is resource term exactly, or what is resource. Resource means when you assign any project or activity task, then for that the labors you need, labors means humans, so whatever you need, we call it resource. In this you get three types: labor, non-labor and machinery. So these are three types. Labor means human beings or workers. Second is non-labor, which means materials, like sand, cement or any other material. So we call it non-labor. Third is machinery. What do you get in machinery? JCB, drill machine, or any kind of machines. So all these three we call resource. In this there is labor, non-labor and machinery. The resource mainly affects to complete your work schedule. Next is resource calendar. What does resource calendar mean? It means the working time of the laborers, the working day of the laborers, the working day of the holiday workers. You can mention all these things in the calendar. How many work hours are there daily? How many extra hours will be there? What will be the non-working time? All this you will record in calendar. And when you go to MS project, then this calendar, when you assign resources to any individual resource, then we call it resource calendar. So this is your resource calendar. Last is your website, resource breakdown structure. So what is resource breakdown structure exactly? So when you see that when we use the resource breakdown structure, then in this your different resources are divided. Like you are seeing here that there are three types of resources. One is material, people and equipment. After that, if we talk about people, then again there are different types of people which have project management resources, marketing resources, technical resources, purchasing resources, construction resources. If we see one part of it, the technical part, then in the same way all the other parts are also below you. If we go further down in technical, then in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering and building engineering, then it is divided in this way. After that, the designer comes below the mechanical engineer, then senior engineer and junior engineer, then supervisor or whatever. So it is same chain. Similarly, in work breakdown structure, you convert into small parts. Similarly, in this the hierarchy of resource, decide you use resource breakdown structure. Okay, so we call it verbs means resource breakdown structure. After this, we will see how we can develop the schedule.